Good morning everyone, my name is Crystal. Welcome to my YouTube channel. Today is Friday and it's Friday the 13th. Unlucky for some. Yes, it's Friday, June the 13th. Good morning everybody. I'm going through a bit of I don't know what it is, but I was feeling okay, I was feeling great, and then about 3 or 4 days ago I started to go a bit downhill again with my emotions. I got sick and tired of TikTok. I deleted the app and I've been going in there for ages, and I've been staying in there for ages, staying on it most of the day, and probably became a bit addicted to it, so I decided to just delete it and get on with my life. I had obviously been going into people's live streams, listening to what they were saying and getting involved in it, and I've now come out. So I got up this morning, 8 o'clock. That's because there was a load of noise going on outside. First of all, there was banging car doors outside my window, banging car doors. Obviously you can hear kids because they're going to school, so there was a load of banging, and I led back down, and then it started to get noisy again, so I got up. When I got up, there was a shopping lorry. I don't know what it is because I don't stare out my window anymore. I've got frosted glass effect film up. I can't really see, but I could see there was a shopping lorry outside my bedroom window, a shopping lorry. And I haven't ordered any shopping today, and I haven't had a Sainsbury's, Morrison's, Asda, Iceland, whatever you call it, van for over a couple of weeks now, because I'm just getting small shops on Deliveroo. Because I live on my own and I don't, all that shopping in this weather goes off. Milk's going off, bread's going off. So if you buy a load of shopping in bulk, it's going to go off, isn't it? So I live by myself, I don't need all that. So I thought like getting a couple of days shopping as and when I need it. So I've not ordered any large deliveries this week or the week before, right? Also, I had an awful experience with a driver, right, of a Deliveroo who was being too friendly with me, hovering outside my door when my door was open, and he touched my hand, right? So I'm not in a hurry to get deliveries. It was a female yesterday. It was an elderly woman, older woman, that delivered my shopping, a female. I've already told Deliveroo I don't want another delivery like that, because I've already complained about it. The one that was wandering around by my door and mucking about with my shopping that I paid for. And that was to do with the Co-op up the road. And the Co-op didn't put my shopping in the bag properly either. There was items missing. So there's a shopping lorry outside my window, just ignoring it. And I put the kettle on for a cup of tea, coffee, whatever. And I'm just seeing what happens today, because I have shut down TikTok. And the antics that was going on outside last night was stressing me out to the max. And it was just odd. If we go back to last night, the guy upstairs had not come in. When I went out at 10 to 7, the guy upstairs that has those boys up there every 2 weeks was not in. He wasn't in. So I went outside on my own, out the building, and I went up across the road. There was a group of lads, like his lads, sat on a bench. 3 of them. 3 large boys sat on a bench like his kids upstairs. They were sat on a bench opposite Costa's. And I walked past them and I went onto the field, and I was wearing what I'd worn all day, my denim rolled up shorts and my sweatshirt, New York on it, the clothes I wore to Whitstable. And I walked up the path and there was this bare-chested male jogger. And he was a funny version of my neighbour next door, because my neighbour next door is bald. He's got grey hair and he's bald, a bit like my ex-husband. And he's wearing the skimpy black shorts and his chest is bare and he's suntanned. And he's the jogger that makes all the noises. He grunts. It makes a load of noise. He just makes a load of noise when he's bending down and stretching. And I thought, oh my God, I don't need that in this heat. It was 26 degrees outside. They reckon it's going to get to 28 degrees today. And I don't need that behind my back. Right behind me. And I gets out the way. And then he stalls and stops and does a bit of stretches and whatnot. Then he jogs off past me again and I keep picking the dog up. Then another man comes along, a little small man with blackish hair, and he's bare-chested and he's got a tattoo on his back and he's running past me. Little man, somebody asked me what my height was, and I'm a female and I'm 5'5". The neighbour next door with the bald head is over 6 foot. Someone came into my live stream and called me Darren. I let them all go past, and then I saw that those guys that came out to the poor people in tents yesterday, I haven't done anything with them. So they're sat outside the tents on the grass on the path, bare-chested as well. So there was about 5 bare-chested men on the field yesterday, and I'm a woman. And yeah, men can take their tops off. They haven't got breasts. I have. So I just felt outnumbered. I walked on away from all these men and across the field. And I didn't see any kids near the crane, which was good. And then this bald-headed guy was hovering down the bottom of the field with his top off. I waited until he went off the field. And then I came off the field. And as I was coming up onto the steps, trying to avoid people, there was a dad with his daughter, and she was riding a bicycle. And no word of a lie, it was like acting. She looked at me, and then she went like this, and she screamed before she fell off the bike, and then she put her hands on the floor. And then her dad asked if she was okay. And he obviously went to see if she was okay. She hadn't hurt herself. It was really like acting. It was, the hands went, she screamed, and then she went on the floor. And she had a helmet on anyway. She had a bicycle helmet on. I walked past this girl on the pavement, and she screamed and everyone was looking. I walked over the path, round the back of the Rochester Riverside flats, because there was men leaning out of their cars with their elbows looking. Went round the back of the flats, and I'm hot, I'm sweaty, I'm tired, I've got a banging headache from this afternoon because the heat's been awful. I don't need this. get into my flats, and the lady at number 3 with the pug dog, she's got a pug dog. The woman over there that was on the field yesterday has got 2 pug dogs. That woman at number 3 has got a pug dog. Her daughter was holding the door open on the first floor. Her daughter was holding the door open. Now I feel sick. I feel ill. I just want to get into my flat. So I walk through the door. That's the only thing I can do. The girl is holding the door open. Her blonde mother comes across and she goes, "Why didn't you tell me? Why didn't you tell me?" I come into my flat. I just don't know what's going on. It's like they're all acting. But they're doing things around me, near me, not involving me or talking to me, but they're acting around me. Now this used to happen in the co-op, and I'll tell you one scenario. The lady in the co-op that's got something to do with that Charlie would be behind the counter, and I used to get my shopping and she used to serve me. And there used to be a curly-haired lad of about, he was bigger than my son. He was like a load of extra pounds bigger than my son. And he would be stood next to the lady in the co-op. And then on one occasion, there was a dog with its tongue hanging. I had a pair of shorts on, and there was a dog with a tongue hanging. It's going like this by the co-op inside the door. And then when I got my groceries, the curly-haired guy stood by the dog, and I had to walk past the pair of them. I don't go in the co-op very much now. And if I go in the co-op, I don't go in there with my shorts on. I try not to anyway. In this weather, I'm going to wear shorts because it's bloody hot. It's going to reach 28 degrees centigrade today. And you can't go around in thick trousers in that heat. You're going to collapse with the heat. And there was people out yesterday, bare-chested, shorts up to their crotch, everything. So I'm just going to wear what makes me feel comfortable. But this is the shenanigans these people get up to. I don't know what to say. It's awful, and it's involving children. She looked like a little girl actress. I've never seen it before in my life. The girl at the bicycle, she actually screamed before she fell on the floor. And she didn't fall on the floor properly. If it had been a genuine bike accident, it would have got spinning around, fallen off. So her hands went like that. Before her hands went on the floor, she screamed. Before she fell off the bike, she screamed. Wasn't going very fast either. She wasn't riding it fast. She didn't fall off the curb. And then there's a girl on the first floor holding the door open for her mother, but I'm coming up the stairs, and when I go out, there's normally nobody there, and when I come back, there's nobody there either. I can only say it must be the hot weather that's bringing them all out. When I came back yesterday, it was 7:30. He still was not in upstairs. He wasn't in. 8:15, when he's in upstairs at 8:15. I get a message from Saeed on Facebook at 8:15 in the evening. I've already blocked 2 men off Facebook trying to do rude video calls. So 8:15, when he comes in, I get a foreign man trying to video call me, and he keeps putting red hearts in the message. When Sean Clark in Wales used to FaceTime me on Facebook, he'd always do that before the guy upstairs came in. And then I'd go out and I'd get trouble outside with this Sean Clark texting me on Facebook and FaceTiming me. I used to get trouble outside. And he was a bit of a pervert, Sean Clark. He kept trying to get me to take my clothes off. And he would text and he would have geezer on his t-shirt. So it could be Sean Clark doing this. Because he used to have a Del Boy Trotter t-shirt on when I FaceTimed him, and it had geezer on it. Man! And then the guy upstairs would come in. So, you know, I turned this Sean Clark down because he became a bit of a pervert. He was giving my photograph to young men without my permission. And he was asking me for photographs, and he tried to lure me up to Wales when I don't even know where it is, where I'm going. It was reported to the police, but again, the police didn't do anything. He actually exposed himself to me on a live stream. Sean Clark did. I think it's more than one that is stalking me. I think I've got that Charlie. I think that Sean Clark is doing it online. I think Charlie's following me outside, and I think there's more than two. Because of what is happening and what is going on, there's got to be more than one of them. Do I look like a man? I don't think so. And I've got a large chest. You can see I'm not a fella. So why the fuck are they doing it? What are they doing it for? And I have to walk around, because I've turned down men that are obviously dodgy and not nice. Last night my head, it really hurt, and I was really tired, and I was frustrated. I was fed up. I don't know what's going on. It's not real. The net, the internet is an evil place. TikTok, a female influencer flashed her tits in front of me. A female influencer flashed her bosoms, not only at me, but of thousands of her viewers. She accidentally dropped her tits out of her top, and they were big as well. I went into another guy's live stream, and he was out in London dancing, and he was letting little kids dance in his live stream. He was letting little children dance with him on the streets of London in his live stream, and one of TikTok's policies is not to expose children online, you know. So he was dancing with kids. I don't know what's going on, but the net is dangerous. TikTok needs to either get rid of that app or sort people out that are exposing themselves on there and exposing children to danger, which they're obviously not doing properly, are they? Alexa, good morning.
Good morning, and happy birthday to American actor Chris Evans. Apparently, he loves to tap dance and knows all the words to the songs in The Little Mermaid. Oh.
Alexa, what's the time?
Good morning, Crystal. The time is 8:32 a.m.
Alexa, what's the date today?
It's Friday the 13th of June.
Alexa, what is Friday the 13th?
According to Wikipedia, Friday the 13th is an American horror franchise that comprises 12 slasher films, a television series, novels, comic books, video games, and tie-in merchandise.
Alexa, is Friday the 13th unlucky? Alexa, is Friday the 13th unlucky?
There's no such thing as bad luck. Avoid walking under ladders this Friday the 13th though.
Avoid walking underneath ladders, everybody. That's what Alexa says. Alexa, what's the weather outlook?
In Rochester, it's 18 degrees Celsius with clear skies and sun. Today, you can expect lots of clouds, with a high of 28 degrees and a low of 15 degrees. Also, there's a yellow warning for thunderstorms in effect from Friday 13th of June, 3 p.m. to Saturday 14th of June, 6 a.m.
Alexa, can you tell me a horror joke?
How many cannibals does it take to change a light bulb? I don't know, but you really shouldn't be in the dark with a cannibal.
Alexa, which celebrity was born on this day?
Celebrities born on the 13th of June include Jim Irsay, Stellan Skarsgård, Chris Evans, Aaron Taylor-Johnson, and Tim Allen.
And it's not the radio presenter Chris Evans. Alexa, who's Chris Evans?
According to Wikipedia, Christopher James Evans is an English television presenter, radio DJ and producer for radio and television.
Oh, excuse me, it is Chris Evans, is it? Is it Chris Evans, the DJ? So Chris Evans' birthday today. Alexa, how old is Chris Evans? Alexa, how old is Chris Evans?
Chris Evans is 59 years old.
Yep, bit older than me, Chris Evans. Nearly 60. Happy birthday to Chris Evans, one of the DJs I've listened to over the years. Zoe Ball. I'm just flabbergasted at what's going on. I feel invisible. I feel like these street theatrics are going on around me and I'm just like a ghost. I don't get spoken to. They grunt, they make noises, they cough, they laugh, they fart, they burp, but they don't actually talk to me. It's weird. It also makes you feel horrible. You feel so alone in the world, but then I feel strong and the strength to carry on while they're acting like absolute morons. And that's it. It's worse than living in prison because prisoners go out into a prison yard, they get exercise and they talk with other prison inmates. And the guard comes to talk to them every morning and see if they're there. This is worse. It's like I'm invisible. No one speaks to me. I'm just there and they're like, I get walked through like I'm a ghost. I've even been trod on and pushed. And they have their little conversations together, and it's always about shit recently. Oh, it's shit. Yeah, and he's shit, isn't he? He's a shit face. That's all it is. They know you can hear what they're saying because they're talking loud on purpose so you can hear it. It used to be out when I first moved in, people would come out the bin store right past my bedroom window. Oh, it fucking stinks. Don't it fucking smell? Now, I don't sit by my bedroom window. I'm not in there half the time. I'm doing me bits and pieces, writing up my journal, listening to music, I've frosted up the glass. I can't even see them. It's all frosted. So when they're outside showing off, it's frosted down there. I can't see what they're doing. I don't want to. So they make noise. They bang. Their kids scream. They bang. Their dogs bark. They want you to go out there and get all upset and start yelling so they can laugh at you. But I'm laughing at them because it's ridiculous. I mean, in this hot weather, the amount of people that were at home yesterday, including young people. There's a couple up there that sits on the balcony opposite the guy upstairs. They're not opposite me. And every morning, the woman sits up there with a hood over her head. She sits at the table. They're smokers. I don't smoke. So they're having a fag together. And she's got a hood over her head right opposite his window upstairs. And they do this every morning. I water my plants. And sometimes the guy's got his legs wide open, so he sat there with his bare legs in tight shorts with his legs wide open, right across from his up there. And I'm just thinking, I don't work, I know that, but I'm nearly 60 now. They're about 20. And they're sat there every morning, every afternoon, every evening, at home, 7 days a week doing the same thing. Just sat there smoking. He's got his legs wide open. She sat there with a hood over her head smoking. Don't any of these people, apart from me, don't they work? Don't they go to work, any of them? It's amazing. I came here thinking it would be a fresh start and I'd get a bit of respite, get better and maybe get back into work or something. But this place is making me feel sick. They're making me feel sick. The sexual provocativeness of them. I mean, anyone, you can wear shorts, yeah, but they're coming up right near me, close to me, bending over. I'm wearing shorts today, right? And it's hard to wear shorts, you know what I mean? But I'm hot. I've got no choice. I'm boiling. If I wear trousers, I'm going to sweat to pieces and faint. The thing is, I'm dressing for myself. I'm dressing for comfort. I'm not dressing to show off my bits and pieces to other people. Now I realised those guys were hot last night. It was 26 degrees, but what's with all the noise? He was doing that all the way around the field, all over the place, and then I've seen him before doing it, and he was opposite, and he was doing it and drawing attention to himself. So it's like tennis players. Do you really make that noise? Sounds terrible. Must be so distracting for the other player as well. Because that guy was really fucking me off behind my back. It's pissing me the fuck off. I'm going to go now. I'm just going to take things easy. I am not going into TikTok anymore. It's unsafe and it's not fit for purpose. See you later.